Heatwave were an international funk disco band formed in 1975. Its most popular lineup featured Americans Johnnie Wilder Jr. and Keith Wilder, vocals, of Dayton, Ohio, Englishman Rod Temperton, keyboards, Swiss Mario Mantese, bass, Czechoslovak Ernest Bilbo Berger, drums, Jamaican Eric Johns, guitar, and Briton Roy Carter, guitar. They were known for their singles Boogie Nights, The Groove Line, and Always and Forever.Founding member Johnnie Wilder was an American serviceman based in West Germany when he first began performing. Upon his discharge from the U.S. Army, he stayed in Germany. He sang in nightclubs and taverns with an assortment of bands while still enlisted. By mid-year, he decided to relocate to the United Kingdom, and through an ad placed in a local paper he linked up with songwriter, keyboardist Rod Temperton. Touring the London nightclub circuit billed as Chicago's Heatwave during the mid-1970s allowed them to refine their sound, adding a funk groove to disco beats. In search of a fuller sound vocally, Johnnie Wilder called upon his brother Keith Wilder, who was performing in a local band in Dayton, Ohio, to join the band on vocals. The group signed to GTO Records in 1976. Epic Records would handle GTO's releases in the States. They were paired in the studio with GTO house producer, session guitarist Barry Blue and rhythm guitarist Jesse Whitten. Rhythm guitarist Roy Carter replaced Whitten after Whitten was killed in a stabbing incident. They began creating their first album Too Hot to Handle in the fall of 1976. Their third single, Boogie Nights from their debut album, in 1977 reached number 2 on the British popular music charts in January and in America in November. The single was certified platinum by the RIAA. The group's debut album, Too Hot to Handle, was released in the spring of 1977, giving Heatwave a number 11 on the Hot 200 and number 5 on the R&B charts, while the next single, the soul ballad Always and Forever, reached number 18 on the Hot 100 in April 1978 and number 2 on the R&B charts. The single was certified platinum by the RIAA. Continuing to use Barry Blue's production skills, Heatwave released their second album Central Heating in April 1978. Lead single The Groove Line reached number 7 on the Hot 100 in July 1978. The single was certified platinum by the RIAA. During the late 1970s the band changed. At first Eric Johns quit the band and Billy Jones was his replacement as guitarist. Then Rod Temperton quit the band. Although Temperton would continue writing new songs for Heatwave, he soon became better known for his songwriting for other artists, penning award-winning songs for some of funk's biggest names, including Rufus, the Brothers Johnson and George Benson. He also wrote for Herbie Hancock and Quincy Jones, but his most famous partnership remains the one forged with Michael Jackson, writing 3 songs for his 1979 epic debut Off the Wall, Rock With You, Off the Wall and Burn This Disco Out, and 3 songs for the 1982 Thriller LP, including the title track. Despite these changes, Heatwave were about to return to the studio when Mantese attended a party at Elton John's house in London. He was with his girlfriend, who decided to go home early from the party, reason unknown. When Mantese arrived home, she was furious with him, perhaps from an incident that happened at the party, and stabbed him. The knife hit him in the heart and for several minutes, he was clinically dead. When, after several months, he awoke from coma, he was blind, mute and paralyzed in his entire body. To date, he has no memory of this tragic event. He decided not to press charges against his girlfriend, and moved in with her after leaving the hospital. Mantese was replaced by bassist Derek Bramble, adding keyboardist Calvin Duke to the group, and now working with new producer Phil Ramone. Heatwave cut Hot Property, released in May 1979. Around this time Heatwave performed Keep Tomorrow for Me, used over the end credits of the action comedy Escape to Athena. Composed by Barry Blue and written by Rod Temperton with some orchestrations by Crystalis, the song is considered by some to be one of the group's best but never got a wide release due to the rights being locked up with Lou Grade's ITC Entertainment. The film performed poorly at the box office, and the proposed soundtrack, with a score composed by Lalo Schifrin, was cancelled except in Japan, where song was released on the soundtrack to the film under its Japanese title Offsides 7 and only on vinyl in that country. During the spring of 1979, Johnnie Wilder, Jr., suffered injuries in an auto accident while visiting family and friends in Dayton, Ohio. Although he survived, the accident left him paralyzed from the neck down and unable to continue performing with the group. After the accident, Johnnie remained a co-producer of the group, along with Blue. Determined to continue working with the band he had nurtured since the very beginning, Wilder participated with studio work and, during 1980, Heatwave recorded the Candles LP, with Temperton again providing the songs, except standout track All I Am, written by Blue's former writing partner Lindsay DePaul. The group recruited James Dean J.D. Nicholas, who later became a member of the Commodores, to handle vocals in concert. Heatwave's popularity was on the wane, though, as the November single Gangsters of the Groove proved to be their last popular music success, scoring number 21 in the US, and number 20 in the United Kingdom early in the new year. But the album peaked at a mere number 71 in the United States in December 1980. Heatwave's 1982 LP, Current, marked yet another new era for the band, as they returned to producer Blue. The album managed only number 156 on the US Billboard 200, although it scored the band a number 21 success on the R&B charts, where Heatwave continued to be a strong presence. A Rod Temperton penned single, Lettin' It Loose, proved a minor success during August. Derek Bramble quit the band at the end of 1982, like Roy Carter, for a career in production. He would go on to work with David Bowie on 1984's Tonight LP, and later masterminded Jackie Graham's Breakthrough. J.D. Nicholas left to replace Lionel Richie as the lead singer of the Commodores. After this long series of departures, the remaining members of Heatwave effectively disbanded. Temperton died on October 5, 2016. Keith Wilder died on October 29, 2017.